Hello and welcome, my dear fellas. Really much enjoy this, and this event is looking slick and quick. Really much slick and quick looking event, looking like a great one. Really, I'm having a feeling that this event is going to bring some heavy fireworks, and I'm looking forward to it. I believe this card is what you say, meant to be. Really much meant to be. Gonna be a tremendous fight card, and I am thinking we are going to see some high level fights. Though I'm not too happy because promotion don't want Sean Strickland as a UFC champ, and that might be a problem. They don't want him to be the champ, and they will do everything to stop him from becoming a champ. To some point it sucks, but to other point, UFC is just playing a money game. This is business. They have zero emotions towards us, towards everybody. Guys who talk trash are, I assume, more popular than humble fellas. And if you're asking me, I prefer humble fellas over trash guys. But nobody gives a fuck about that. UFC only cares about money, promotion, and that's it. They don't give a fuck about good fights. Nah, they're all about crowd. They're all about money, 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 money. Investment. Everybody wants to protect his own investment. To some point it sucks, but in majority of cases we see good fights. Now it's time to discuss the card and to tell you what I played. Some of my calls were pretty much questionable, and I understand that some of them really are questionable. But on the other side, I'm just a mortal guy, a guy who can make a mistake. Unlike Doug is, I'm not always right, and you know that really well. So, yeah, unlike them, I'm not always right. So, I'll give you my picks, predictions, and let the God be with you. That's what my people like to say. Hyun-Sung Park versus Tumen Dembele. I'm going with over 1.5 for Park to win. Next one is the combat between Kilan Salkilden and Shu Jubli. I'm saying fight starts round 3. I think Jubli can win if he drags this fighter to the ground. Call me crazy, but I think this upset could happen. Jubli just needs to take this guy to the ground. And next one is the fight between Kevin Jousset and Jonathan Mikalev. I'm saying no distance for that fight. Side call is really 50-50. Not too confident about. Yeah, matey man. Just discussing that fight. Not too confident about either side. Yeah, Mikalev is having a lot of pressure, but he's leaving himself open. So fight not going the distance. If I must pick a side, it's tricky, Mikalev is a guy with really, really dangerous punches, and he could knock his opponent out. Also, Jousset has great counters. Think that fight is a 50-50. Not too confident about the winner here. Cody Steele versus Rongju. I'm saying no distance or Steele to win. Next one is the combat between Alexander Topuria and Colby Thickness. I'm saying no distance or Topuria to win. Yeah, when people ask about side call, no distance or Topuria to win. Kong Wang, Bruno Brazil. Now I'm saying no distance or Brazil to win. Yeah, we've seen Kong Wang being really much vulnerable to those types of fighters. You've seen what happened with Gabriela Fernandez. Brazil and Fernandez having similar fighting style. Fernandez is just stronger than her. That is one and only difference. And I think some underdogs could really pull it off. Nolan versus Borshev, no distance or Slava close to win. Hello, Mason. Next one is Jack Jenkins, Gabriel Santos, going with over 1.5 or Jenkins to win. Protests heating up, man. Even bigger. Not a good situation right now, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, just to do some, no. Okay, I will write preliminary card until minute 6, main card until minute 8, then Chit Chat. Alright. Jake Matthews, Francisco Prado. Now this fight is super difficult to call. While Francisco Prado is the guy who can brawl for 3 rounds, which we've seen in the fight, I believe it was Zell Huber fight, his last fight. Jake Matthews is a typical technical warrior. His technical aspect of the game is brutal and his technicality is on a whole different level. I'm gonna say fight starts round 3. Gonna risk here with Matthews to win. Matthews could win if he drags this one to the ground. Is he gonna drag it to the ground? That's 50-50 situation. But I hope he will. Jimmy Crute, Rodolfo Bellato. I'm saying no distance. Or Crute to win, if I must pick a side. Again, Bellato is stronger. Crute is on a downfall. I want to give a last chance to Jimmy Crute before he gets released from the UFC. If he loses now, he's done. Talison Teixeira versus Justin Tafa. I'm saying no distance or Teixeira to win. Unfortunately, Tafa is on a downfall. He is typically a brawler, but grabbing, catching, anything related with that is his problem. And sorry. I want Tafa to win, but it's pretty unlikely. Weili Zhang, Tatiana Suarez, going with Suarez to win. Suarez wrestling is on a whole different level. I mean, you've seen how Suarez wrestles. She is a top tier wrestler, and Weili Zhang needs a knockout. She'll hardly get one. Zhang is very dangerous in the early stages of the fight. You've seen what was she doing in round 1, but if the fight advances into deep waters, we might see tons of problems for Weili Zhang, especially if she gets controlled on the ground. She's gonna waste a lot of energy. Then Plessis versus Strickland, over 2.5 or Strickland to win. Now I know the promotion hates Strickland, and I know if it's a close fight that they are going to try to give it to his opponent, which is understandable because Strickland is a Mr. Trash Talker. That is normal for Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is always speaking up his mind. UFC doesn't like that, and everybody understands why that happens, those situations, those stuff. Everybody understands why that happens. But on the other side, I really think Strickland has a lot to offer. His deep kicks, his punches. I mean, he's a boring fighter to watch, but man, he's creating points. No, Strickland is a point specialist, point fighting specialist, and I really think that Strickland has good chances to win if judges score the fight properly. Are they gonna score it properly? Well, that's $1 million question. Now going with round robin. Let me see which underdogs I picked. I assume I picked many of them. Brazil, Jenkins, Jubilee. Brazil, Jenkins, Jubilee, Strickland, Crute. Brazil, Jenkins, Strickland, Jubilee, Crute. Who you got between Jake Matthews? I would risk with Jake Matthews if I must pick a side, but going with fight starts round 3. Alright, it's time for my bets. I hope you are ready. I'm writing them right now, they will be pinned. I hope you are ready, cause I'm not. I'm not, I know I had some crazy calls, but it is what it is, man. Wish I could turn back time, but there's no mysterious coming back now. Alright, you've seen my bets. Just to know, according to my bookie, Tatiana Suarez is very slight underdog. Tatiana Suarez, according to my bookie, is plus 100, so she is slight underdog. According to other bookies, that fight is a pick'em. Teixeira Tafa fight not going the distance. Nolan versus Slava Klose fight not going the distance. I told you what I think. And I'll be honest with you. I know that I played a risky game here. I played a risky game with Nasruddinov and it happened. Risky play paid out. Is risky play gonna pay out this time? I'll be honest, I've got no idea. I hope it will, but I'm not Dagi to be always right. Only Dagis are always right, not me, so this is a politics I cannot understand. What was your pick for the first fight? Niam versus Park. Over 1.5. You can scroll chat. I write every single pick. Scroll the chat to the top. Over 1.5 or Park to win, but this fight is difficult to call. I mean, Tumendemberel is very underrated fighter, and risking with Tumendemberel to win makes sense to me, especially because of his scrambles, because of his pressure, and because of his good control on the ground. On the other side, Park's takedown defense is off the rails. And Mongolian fighter has a chance if he presses him against the fence or if he takes him down. But in the stand-up, I give advantage to the Korean fighter. But really, like +1, I know it's worth putting a sprinkle. I just wrote you my bets. I didn't bet on that fight because I'm too scared. I know. I am a coward for not betting that fight, I can take that. But I wrote my bets, they are pinned. We'll see whether I'm right or wrong. We will see. Have some bonus bets on Mikhaev and Niam, so not sweating it, just taking some underdog steps. Good luck, man. I'm actually sweating for Tatiana Suarez because, according to my bookie, she is extremely small underdog, +100 is at my bookie right now. According to majority of other bookies, that fight is a pick 'em, and it makes sense to me because it's either going to be Suarez wrestling control or Weili Zhang via knockout. It makes sense to me. Yeah. Mikhaev, we're going to see. I think somebody is going to sleep in that fight, in Mikhaev fight. Either Giuseppe or Mikhaev. Mikhaev is having a great pressure, but he is leaving himself wide open when attacking. He's fighting with his heart. Sometimes it's good, but against a counter guy, it could be a problem. Yeah, Mason. Just saying. I will be sweating hard for Suarez fight. Yeah, I've seen. I made a video on that. You've seen it. I could see Slava close inside the distance, round 2 or round 3 KO. Nolan Chinesus and his gassy. Yeah, Nolan is extremely dangerous in the first round. I also think Slava close via knockout. But Nolan is extremely dangerous in round 1. Of course, it will never stop, Mason. I made a video, you've seen it. Protests still on, heating up every day, man. Situation in Serbia getting more and more complicated. I don't know what to say. I'll be honest with you. No one can make 145. I don't know about that. He's already very tall for 155. Slava Klose barely hits 155. He walks around 180. Yeah, which is funny. I walk around 183, 185, and down 170 pounder, and Slava Klose is shredding to 155. I don't know how he does it. And majority of those fighters, how they shred so many pounds. I also think Slava Klose via knockout. You've seen I made Conor McGregor that video. Yeah. 165. That is the last weight I can make. If I go under 165, my liver shuts down. I used to have many liver problems in the past, and my liver will start shutting down if I try to go under 165. 171 is fine. That is fine. 170, 171 is fine. My body can take that. But right now, being on TRT, I don't know. No, not bad. I have a lot of power. I can take a beating. I can take shots. I'm stronger, but I feel like a teenager again. Really. Feel like my life is getting better and better every single day. I really feel my life is getting better. But again, it's no, just my personal feeling, and that's it. I'm hoping I'm hoping some things are gonna get better in the future. No, I'm working hard on this. I have to grind my way through and I have to fight. Simply that's I'm a guy who trains MMA every day, literally. I've got two coaches. It's not an easy run, but at the end of the day, it's all about, dedication. Have my life again. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to, to everything this year. Only I'm worried about refing because if there are so many protests, I don't know how will I ref. Because I usually ref on weekends and it's fine. This is my new cat shirt, which arrived today. Hey, this is new, see? My new cat shirt. Me, yow. And also, I bought something else. You will see that in my office. You will see that on streams. I bought a cat statue. Yeah, I bought cat statue. So we'll see how nice it can be. I really want, to be myself. That's what I want these days. I'll give my best. I'm really gonna. I've been at the training session, did a kickboxing session. Can I travel within the EU? Yes. Yes, I can. I'm ref in soccer though, but I'm ref in county league. So, but there are protests all over the county in Serbia, and that kind of scares me a bit. But within European Union, I can travel. It's like with Serbian passport you can travel. With Bulgarian passport you can travel. I have both Serbian and Bulgarian passports, so no props. But you see the quote from Trotsky I put in the Discord. Yes, I've seen it. It seems you're a very intelligent guy, Giga Chad. Like you're reading a lot, which is how to say pretty weird for today's guys. Like you read a lot of philosophy, which is to me that's kind of surprising. No, I don't see many people reading that much philosophy and history. I've never been a fan of philosophy and history. I ain't gonna lie. From philosophy, I also had like it in America. It would have been grade C. Like grade one is the worst, and grade five is the best in my state. I had grade 3 from philosophy, which is in America it would have been grade C. Phil Crute will finish Bellato. This is Crute's last chance. If he loses now, he's done. He is doomed if he loses now. UFC gonna release him. So Crute's only chance is to finish him. He must look for the finish or he's doomed. I'm dead ass. If he's not looking for the finish this time, he's doomed. What's more shocking is nobody knows the motivation of the leader of the Red Army. I'm not. I'm learning many things from you. Listen, I'm not saying whether your philosophy is right or wrong. Just don't get me wrong. But I've never been a big fan of history, as well as you know. So I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning process. Even when I was younger, I've never been a big fan of philosophy or history. I was learning those subjects because I had to learn them, but I've never enjoyed that. I ain't gonna lie. You see the full quote. I just put a quote from Trotsky. Check it out again. I've seen a quote. Maybe you added. Yes, I've seen. Is this like we must turn Russia into a desert populated by white Negroes upon this? Yes, I've seen this. People are questioning Gabriel Santos. I don't like the number on him. Think he will be Jack Jenkins 2-1. I didn't bet on that fight. I didn't have balls. I'm scared about that fight. Only over 1.5 makes sense. I'm super scared about that fight. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, I've seen, I've read this, and to be honest, I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning process, so. Yeah, Santos has a bad gas tank, but he's super skilled. Same, I wanted to say the same. Yeah, you stole the words from my mouth. Don't want to take anything away from Jenkins, he's not on the level. True. I'm super scared about that fight. I didn't bet on that fight because I'm scared. Maybe finish weight. Maybe. Over 1.5, only thing that makes sense. Hello, Larry, how are you doing? Have you seen my latest video about Conor McGregor spitting on Khabib's fan? Make sure to hear what I said, because I'm explaining the philosophy of Khabib's victim crime pussy fans. And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Conor. If Conor is guilty, he should pay a fine. There are courts in America, in England. I believe in justice systems. I believe in the USA American law system. So I'm just saying, if Connor is guilty, he should pay the fine. But I'm explaining why why that victim crime pussy was provoking Connor to spit him, or if he spit him. I'm not saying he did. I watched the video 10 times and I'm still not sure whether he did or didn't, but there are courts for that. I'm just saying. Jobly to win. Because Jobly has a massive advantage on the ground, but in stand-up his opponent is way better. I think Jobly is way more skillful on the ground. Fight not going the distance is my prediction for that one. But if I must pick a side, going with Jobly, if he's able to take his opponent to the ground. If Salkild keeps the fight on the feet, he's going to win. No doubt about that. Yeah, I'm saying the fight will not go the distance. That is my prediction for that fight. But people always say, listen, pick a side. So that's why. But my official prediction fight not going the distance for Salkild versus Jubli. Jubli has advantage on the ground, but his stand-up game is questionable. And Salkild has excellent takedown defense. Jubli needs a takedown to control him. But if Salkild is able to stop his takedowns, then he's gonna knock him out. Just saying. So fight not going the distance is my call. That is official pick for that fight. But as well as you see, I didn't bet on that fight, which means I'm not too confident. If I'm confident on some fight, I'm bet. If I'm not confident, I don't bet. Since I didn't bet, it seems I'm scared about that fight. And I'm scared for a reason. Because if Jubli is unable to take him down, night Jubli. And this is no joke, night Jubli. If he's unable to take this fight to the ground. There is a big opportunity. Jubli gonna smoke him, yes. About protests in Serbia, heating up, man. Situation getting more and more difficult every day. And I honestly don't know what to think. Really got no idea. Got Park, Salkild, Josette, Steele, Topuria, Santos, over 2.5 Matthews fight. Park agree, Salkild. Okay, that fight could go either way. I think Jubli to win, but could go either way, so you might be right. Josette, yes, Josette could win. He's a counter guy. If it goes into deep waters, he could win, but Mikhailov is having a lot of pressure. He's very aggressive, so going to see. I'm saying no distance for that fight, but that could go either way, yes. Still, I agree. Topuri, I agree. Santos, that fight's so tricky to call, but Santos could win. He's a good shoot boxer, and maybe more well-rounded than Jenkins. Gonna see. Over 2.5 Matthews. I agree about that. Matthews' fight probably goes the distance. I have fight starts round 3 on that one. But Matthews' fight probably going the distance. Prado fighting with his heart, but Matthews fighting with his technicality. Think Sean Strickland could upset. Yeah, I believe Sean Strickland could pull out an upset. I really have a good feeling. Last time he was heavily robbed. That's a problem. UFC don't want Strickland as a champ, and while I can understand that, I'm still to this day I think it's unfair towards Sean Strickland. Now, like Sean Strickland, he has never been, he has never been too nice guy. He has always been himself, and UFC hates authentic people. And I understand why UFC don't want Strickland as a champ, but on the other side, Strickland will try everything to win. He is going to put more pressure this time, definitely, and I hope he ain't gonna get robbed this time. Santos or over 2.5 for me. Jenkins fights always go over. I have over 1.5 for that. Except when he breaks his arm, yes. Shall establish the power of Zionism on the wreckage of the revolution's funeral. See that part? Yes, I've seen that. I've read the quote. DDP is more well-rounded. He's gonna go to ground more. His next fight got DDP. I want Strickland to win. Same, man. Same. I want Strickland to win. But UFC, yes, you're right. The DDP is more well-rounded. UFC doesn't. The UFC is not interested in having Strickland as a champ, and everybody knows that UFC doesn't want Strickland as a champ. And if it's a close fight, they are going to score against Strickland, which is like everybody knows that. It's not a rocket science, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. I think the DP tries more takedowns this time. He doesn't keep Strickland on the ground. It's still a good look to put more pressure on Sean. I'm telling you one thing. If it's a close fight, they are going to give it to DDP. That's a problem. UFC is not interested in having Strickland as a champ. Yes, minus 2-0 is insane. I would risk with Strickland. If you put a knife under my throat and say you must bet on one fighter, not a technical pick, I would say Strickland. But my pick for that fight is over 2.5. Or maybe even over 4.5 could hit. Strickland is master of long wars. The only problem is the fact that UFC is not interested in having Strickland as a champ. Authentic guys are not too good for the UFC. If you're authentic, you're a problem for the promotion. And everybody knows that. UFC is not interested in authentic people. I mean, Sean Strickland was having his wild moments. Good picks. Suarez. Yes, Suarez is my bet. How are you doing, Eric? DP always coming forward. Sean more defensively responsible. Exactly. Exactly. Mr. Trio, thanks. Think DDP are just better than Strickland. Gonna see. Gonna see. Think the UFC is losing viewership and star power. Yes. Absolutely. Think that will help him in the rematch. Could help him, but I told you already, UFC is not interested in having Strickland as a champ. If it's a close fight, no way Strickland wins. That's a problem. They don't want Strickland as a champ. They will do everything they can not to have Strickland with a belt. UFC might not care, to be honest. They want Kamzat. True. I'm telling you, if it's a close fight, don't expect Sean Strickland gonna win, because he won't win. He needs to dominate his opponent if he wants to win, but he literally needs to dominate, or to finish. And Strickland is not a finisher. We all know that. We all know that Strickland is not a finisher. Strickland is a technical god. I mean, he was having some finishes throughout his career, but that guy is known as a technical god. The god of technical wars. And he'll try to keep this fight technical. Which is, to me, that's fine. I mean, if you want to keep it technical, just keep it technical. Honestly, who cares? Just saying. Being honest. My heart definitely wants Strickland to win, but we all know chances of that happening are very, very unlikely. Unless he really destroys his opponent, which again might be questionable. Yeah, again, that could be pretty questionable. I might disagree on the Suarez pick. I think Veli has levels on Suarez when it comes to experience. That is true. And only times Veli has been taken down is against Rose, where she was thrown down in the clinch. That's true. Need to do the tapes. I think Veli is a stud when it comes to grappling and wrestling. Well, her takedown defense has been really, really good so far, but on the other side, Suarez wrestling is on a whole different level. Like a female doggy, literally. So, we'll see. Veli could knock her out, too. It's always been her strength. She's pretty crafty on the feet. Exactly. Think MVP versus Yuri is a fun fight. Think it will happen at 205. I don't think so, because MVP used to be 170 pounder, now he switched to 185. Moving to 205 would be, I don't know, man. It would be totally crazy for Venom Page to go to 205. That's 2 divisions up. Think Suarez has a gas tank. That is one and only thing that worries me. Gas tank. She can win 3 rounds, but rounds 4 and 5, Veli gets the advantage. That's one and only thing that worries me in that fight. He's so fast. Yes, he is. That is actually one and only thing that worries me. And Yuri hits harder. Don't forget that he's 205er. He hits way harder than Magomedov. He hits way harder than Sharabulat. MVP should stay. Same. Agree. As long as he keeps the fight on the feet, he's the fastest 185er, defo. Has success anyone that doesn't take him down. Exactly. Wish he could have went to the UFC a lot sooner when he was younger. Zečuku Bude got announced. I think Zečuku wins. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna do those new announcements. Hello, Anakin. Candy will win. Tomorrow morning I'm doing those announcements, because right now I just came of a training session, and I'll be honest. No, I need some time to recover, to recharge my batteries. Please check my latest Conor McGregor video. You will love it. He will be ranked soon. Yes, he will. Check my latest Conor McGregor video, please. My latest live. I explained about Khabib's fan who was provoking Conor to spit him. Bude loses for sure. Looked rough against Arlovsky. I think Zečuk stops him within 2 rounds. That is my personal opinion. I'm probably gonna call fight not going the distance, but I think Zečuk stops him within 2 rounds. Budaj probably, I know Budaj did well at Contender Series etc., but I assume he got that green card only because he is from Slovakia, and Slovakia didn't have many fighters in the past. Ivan Buchinger has been for a very long time, he has been the best Slovakian fighter, despite he has never fought in the UFC, and he was known for his loss to Conor McGregor, so Slovakia isn't much of a home to UFC. I believe Budaj got an opportunity because of the promotion. I believe it was the same situation with Jorgen De Castro, who's fighting, I believe, out of Cape Verde. And many fighters from Guam got a chance to fight, only because UFC wants to keep things global. I think that's the same situation with Martin Budaj. Also, Carl Williams, US Virgin Islands. Not saying that Carl Williams sucks, don't get me wrong, but if you're from a non-popular territory, you're probably gonna get more chances. And for example, I'm just telling you one thing. If you're, for example, Bulgaria doesn't have a UFC fight right now, and if somebody comes from Bulgaria, he will have, easier way to the UFC. Just those countries that don't have many fighters have, UFC wants to keep those things global. And I support that. Pantoja said there's no fight yet with K. France wants Merab. Fighting Merab is a big mistake. He can't win that fight. Plus, Merab out-cardioed Omar Nurmagomedov. I'm not saying, I mean, broken hand affected that, let's be honest. It really affected it, but again, if the hand was really broken, because you know that doggies like to turn themselves into victims every single time. I don't believe them a damn thing, but I'm saying in the case it was really broken, then he was unable to, to win. But doggies are known for being victim crying pussies and looking for excuses and turning themselves into victims. So I don't trust them anything. I'm talking about their fan base. Their fighters are amazing. Not talking about their fighters are amazing and they deserve respect. But I'm talking about their fan base. It's like it's generally a problem with doggies. It's a general problem with doggies. Not like no, whatever happens, they're going to try to turn themselves into victims, and sometimes it ain't going to work. It's manipulation. It's not reality. You can manipulate people who are prone to manipulation and manipulative tactics, but if somebody is not willing to let you do that, you won't be able to fulfill your goals. I'm just saying how things go in real life. Just saying how things go in real life. Being a victim works against people who are prone to manipulation. If somebody doesn't give a fuck about your manipulation attempts, then turning yourself into a victim isn't going to work. That's just normal psychology. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know things like that. We got tons of tutorials all over the internet, like, it's easy to learn such things. People believe it's a rocket science. It isn't. I'm telling you, it isn't. Literally just a totally normal thing. You just learn and you will realize. Yeah, there is no opportunity for that guy. Not tonight. Fight is all we need these days. Think Dana is cleaning some ex-Bellator guys by cutting fighters. Hmm. Maybe there is a chance. I mean, Jairzinho has been the first ever Surinamese fighter, so like Suriname can say that they used to have a UFC guy. Moldova is having young Kutelaba, like no big deal if Comrade gets released, but just saying, Dana is probably doing Dana is probably doing a good thing with those things. But yeah, not only cleaning budget, but some people are willing to take a risk. Talaba should be close to being cut. Yeah, but there is one problem. Guy knows English and the guy is entertaining to watch. And that might be a problem. If someone is too entertaining, nobody's gonna cut him. I mean, of course, if he starts losing, yes, but for a crowd, his Hulk roar is fun. UFC is all about money. What can you speak about the organization that hired CM Punk? Like, I mean, for real, CM Punk? For real? Yeah, he should be close to being cut. I know UFC can't wait to cut some guys, and we'll see. We're really going to see what are they going to do. Gonna stream for I guess 10 more minutes. 10, maybe 15 more. Need to hit the hay, need to work tomorrow. But okay, 10, 15 more minutes. Who cares? Need to see how things develop. Just checking something. Just reading something. Following things that are happening in my state. There are some things I need to follow. But anyways, when I finish the stream, uh, don't be worried. I will, as expected, I will give you hints and everything that goes with it. Don't worry about that. I mean, you can always take a look at the chat, and I'm not Angel from V1 Pix. I'm really not that type of a guy. I'm not hiding anything from my fans. Why would I do it? No, only pussies do that. I'm not interested in like making a passive income or for me MMA is life. MMA is all I have in my life. I train it, I speak about it every day. That's me. Is there anything else to do in my life? Nah, I'm a mixed martial artist. That's all I know. One and only thing I know is that I know to fight. I only know to fight. That's one and only thing I have ever known. To fight in battle. Anyways, that would be it for tonight. I gave you picks, predictions, that's all you wanted to hear. See ya, love you all, and tomorrow I will do more. I'm actually tired now, too tired. See ya, love you all.